a Jambo Safari. I'm not, not to put out, but it's a personal game I really like. So, I think this actually might have been my old one that I couldn't find pedals for, and I think Imran right there owns this one. And I think he found the pedals, and now I'm gonna try to buy it back really. So I got it. Yeah, I really like that game. It's terrible, but you like capture animals, but like first you lasso them, and then you pull them in, and then you throw a net at them to catch them, and you're like, it's like safari animals and stuff, but every time you hit them with anything, they all explode. It's one of my favorite games because I remember it fondly from those late 90s as always being relatively inexpensive and always open to play no matter how busy the arcade was. So it became one of my go-tos. I got really good at it, and I used to own one, but I couldn't find the pedal pedestal, the little pedestal that holds the pedals. So I sold that one. One showed up here, went for a relatively reasonable price, was in good condition. I played it, I had a lot of fun. So this will probably end up in my office or something one day. Not for free play, but man, when you get a good chance to buy your favorite game, you just can't, it's hard not to. So sometimes I wait to see where it actually bottoms, kind of the bidding slows down enough.
525, Mike, 5.25.
Yeah.
525 now, 555, you guys are all out. 525, 55, 55, 575, 6, 575, 6, and a quarter. Now 625, 650, 625, 650. 75, now 7. 25, 725, 750, 725, 750, 725, 750, 725, 750. Now 75, now 8. 725, now 8, 725, now 8. Now 25, 825, 850. 825, 850. If you're done, I'm done. So 825, 151. Thanks, Corey.
Kind of an interesting situation right now. We're short stocked on Dynamo Cook corners, and that was a Street Fighter 2 CE. One of those early Street Fighter 2 releases that's pretty cool, and honestly, we need it. We're willing to reach a little bit for it. We might have been bidding against the owner, but even going to low 800s for that, it looks so good that we couldn't help but buy it and put it on the floor really fast. This one could be on the floor today if we move fast enough. All right, so the next thing we're targeting is this Blockbuster Block Party cabinet. In the early mid-90s, Blockbuster was trying to build kind of like a barcade, an adult-only style arcade that had movies, video games, arcade games, and everything. And so they made these cabinets, and you see them pop up every once in a while. They're not super valuable, but they're kind of cool. And what we've seen people doing with them, it's running a Centipede right now, but we're going to try to put a 4-player arcade game into it. Because there's these 4-player games, and I can't think of any offhand that we have that have no dedicated cabinet that needs something kind of big. And these Blockbuster Block Party cabinets, they're gorgeous. They're really, really cool. And they definitely look very 90s. So Blockbuster would put in things like Centipede or any kind of game that they could get running in them. But it was a very short-lived project for Blockbuster, kind of like most of what Blockbuster tried. And so we ended up now just one of the nostalgic things that you see pop up are these Blockbuster Block Party arcade cabinets. We don't have any in the collection. I hope we get this one. That was annoying. Guy thought he would snipe so it looked like we were going to get that for like 125, 175. The guy tried to throw some bids in at the end. And in the heat of the moment, that's super annoying because you're thinking you're about to buy it, and he jumps in, and it's like, the problem is I know I'm going to buy it. It's just, I hate having to pay a little extra. Still, whatever that was, 300, 325. I'm super, super excited about getting that cabinet. Because people who are walking through our arcade, they might not know what some of the really obscure games are, but every single one of them is going to know what Blockbuster Entertainment is. So if we put like a Dungeons and Dragons game in there and we have a Blockbuster Entertainment, it's going to be perfect. People are going to love it. So I'm really excited about getting that. I'm really excited about the price we paid. And if you're watching this and you have any more, send me an email. We'll ship them in.
Mike D. bought it,
All right, guys, so one of the cool things about these auctions, it brings in all these collectors and all these arcades and everything, and a guy had listed a xenophobe, a Bally Midway xenophobe, before the auction, and we've owned this cabinet in various shapes, various conditions. We have a working board set, but we've never had it all together. And he listed it and said, if you want it, I can bring it to the auction. And so it was a great just meeting place. So we bought it, Bally Midway xenophobe. This will go on one of the floors of one of the arcades. It's a really unique game. It uses kind of horizontal where you have 3 different player fields. So you have your left, middle, and right player. Really, really cool game. Really happy. It's really just, it shows how hard the arcade companies were working in the 80s to try to figure out something new to hook people. 3 joysticks, really, really cool, really happy, and of course, it was great because it was already here when we got here. So, already purchased, already negotiated, and the auction was nice enough to just let us keep it here instead of loading in the truck first thing in the morning. So, it's something we try to do. If we find a good deal, we know the person's gonna go to the auction, we might buy it 5 or 6 months out ahead of time, and then pick it up here. Alright, so right there I was bidding against the owner of the game. Fair price is probably $1,600, $1,700. And I was in that auto bidding mode, and then I faked like I was really thinking about it at the very end because I knew he was just going to keep bidding. I assume that's the owner, but I don't know that for sure. So I got to about where I needed it to end, faked like I was going to stop after that next bid, and the guy jumped out. And if you ever think you're bidding against the owner, taking time between bids is always really, really powerful. I think I'm about to jump in on this.